How many Danny Roses are there? So if you don't know, Danny Rose, who is currently on loan at Newcastle from Tottenham, has criticised the Premier League's plans to restart the season amid the coronavirus pandemic. I think it was on his Instagram. He was doing a live stream on there. And Danny basically said football shouldn't even be spoken about until the numbers have dropped massively. People's lives are at risk, according to the BBC. That is what he said there or thereabouts. I've just been back and watched the video. And it just makes me think, you know, how many other Danny Roses are there within the game that haven't spoken out, that have concerns about returning. And this is interesting because when I did my video yesterday, which was a response video of sorts to Paul Maitch's video on the return of football and Liverpool having an asterisk next to their name if they win the title. And one of the things that I didn't actually mention on that video is whether or not the players want to return. And this is where I think things get really interesting, because it's one thing sending normal people back to work, the likes of me and you know, who don't have massive amounts of financial clout and who don't have huge profiles that they can leverage if they want something to happen. But it's another thing entirely trying to send multimillionaires back to work when they don't want to. So according to this article on the BBC here, it says, in other developments on Tuesday, the BBC learned that the Professional Footballers Association has heard from a number of players who have real concerns about restarting the season, and the London Mayor Sadiq Khan has said it's too early to discuss restarting sport in the capital. So that there throws up another issue for football. If Sadiq Khan has the jurisdiction to say, actually, there's going to be no football taking place in the capital, what do those sides do that want to play their matches at home in London? What happens then? And another really interesting bit of this BBC article here is some data from YouGov that showed that 73% of a survey of 2,098 British adults surveyed said they would not see the return of football as a boost to their morale, with 19% saying that it would be. Now that is quite surprising when you think about how many people in Britain adore football. And I mean, bringing this back to Everton, I was kind of going through our first team and I was thinking about some of our lads, you know, who would be the ones more inclined to take a risk and who wouldn't. And like the obvious one to me would be, I don't suppose someone like Jordan Pickford really cares too much. I think he just probably wants to play and, you know, he's not really too bothered about the circumstances. And then for some reason I was thinking like the likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson and Morgan Schneiderlin, I could see those two lads as maybe being a little bit more apprehensive. I don't know why, I don't know what I'm basing that on really. I don't know, I was just thinking about their personalities, and Pickford strikes me as the kind of youth that's like, fuck it, you know, I'll do whatever. But talking of other players who are showing or starting to talk about objections to or raising doubts about football's return to action. Raheem Sterling, I saw a quote from him here. He said, meanwhile, Sterling in a video on his YouTube channel said, the moment we go back, it just needs to be a moment where it's not just for footballing reasons, it's safe for not just us, but the whole medical staff and referees as well. He said, until then, I'm not scared, but reserved and thinking what the worst outcome could be. So there seems like there's a lot of scepticism among footballers about returning to play football, and that's a massive issue, because if the footballers don't want to play, then, well, the Premier League really does have a big issue. And then this article on the Mail just made me laugh. Morgan Gibbs-White, who plays for Wolves, has been slammed for going to a Love Island lockdown party. But on a serious note, this is part of the issue, I think, because if you're going to take players away and lock them down for 6 to 8 weeks while you play the season, do you really think that every single one of them is going to adhere to the lockdown? Do you really think that you're going to be able to keep each and every footballer, these young men with lots of money and lots of DMs from really attractive women, you're going to keep them locked up without going out to see what's around? Not sure. But on a serious note, I just wanted to do a quick video on this and say that I am still really skeptic about this. I don't know I don't know what the answer is, but after that video that I did yesterday, I've had some interesting comments underneath that video. I will reply to every single one of them. But for me, I haven't changed my mind. I still don't think it's this is the right thing to do, and I think it's for the wrong reasons. And again, if football needs to be played behind closed doors, then not for me. As always, thank you for watching Grand Old Team. I'm Adam Partington. This is a new format that I've decided to do, so let us know what you think underneath, and I'll try and do more of these if you like them.